Welcome to Kids True Crime. Pulling up, hit and go. It's showtime. Hey, hey. Chat squad rolling in line. Best crew on the screen, that's the headline. We pull up to the scene, Mr. calling out each detail. Real clean, Patty said, just judging the fee. Running double dropping theories at top speed. Caroline Cooper in caps lock. Rachel from Mars with the straight talk. Angel in the back with the side eye. We ride or die in the live, let the time fly. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got push people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-liner, fill up from behind. Best community on this whole site. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight. Get a little copy, that's what we're here for. Bad ass fight, yeah. Up, push and score. Bad ass fight, yeah. 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 Right, left, fight, yeah. Melissa in the bushes on patrol, putting out the fires when the rumors roll. Flames toddler in the back, all jokes. Inside last for the day one spoke. Feel the chatter climbing up the chat wall. Names flying fast, can't catch them all. From the first bell ring to the last word said. We beans these spaces till it's time for bed. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got bush people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-line, fall from behind. Best community on this whole site. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight. Get a little bucket, that's what we're here for. Like, as, like, yeah. I'm a blast with boy. Like, as, like, yeah. 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 Like, as, like, yeah. Drop a heart in the chat for the day ones. Drop a flame for the late night reruns. If you know, then you know that's the code word. Kit says what she thinks, every quote heard. We stay loud, stay proud when the stream's on. Same fam, same clan when the cam's gone. One click, one link, and we're back at the door to the badass softcore lore. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got bush people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-line, fall but behind. Best community on this whole side. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight. Get a little cookie, that's what we're here for. Bad as bud, yeah. Softcore. Bad as bud, yeah. 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 Bad as bud, yeah.
Hello, front and center, my peoples. Front and center. We got some good shit coming. This is gonna be good. Good. Hello. How you doing? Do you want to be called Deb, Deborah, or Deborah? And I'm happy you found me. How did you find me? Oh. Okay, guys. Okay, this is gonna be good. Hi, rapper. Patty Sturgis. Patty,
do you want to play a game? I want to play a game. Ha 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 ha.
All right, that just happened. Hey, headline bitch, how are you? Deborah or Deborah? Deborah. I want to be respectful, so I need to know. I know. How about this guy though? I want to know about this one right here.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
That's what's going on right now with JLR and Whiteboy Lockdown Radio and Nerdy Addict. That's right. Okay, this is it, people. There's a lot going on here. We're going to get into the document here. He didn't sue the Gambino family. I thought it was the Gambino family, but it's kind of, he tried to sue the Gotti'S. Okay, Gotti was Gambino family. That's why you see Gambino. Oh, okay. Now, you will not believe what's going on. There was a protest. In my link is Whiteboy Lockdown Radio, one of my peoples, okay, and Nerdy Addict. They went on a protest about domestic abuse. So let's just take a little look of Whiteboy. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but look at here, people. Here he is. He's holding a sign for. He's spreading DV awareness out there in Florida. He sure was. He sure was, people. He was doing a protest, walking up and down a public
community.
easement. He was on a public easement. Okay.
And we have a special guest, really, but I don't know if you guys are ready for it. We may very well be with JLR himself. I mean, it's your call. His name is AKA Jim. He's a mannequin, and we're here spreading the awareness. I'll show you Jim's attire.
I know it's a serious thing. It is really serious, right? I watched him live too. Did you? I just want to play a little bit. So this was going on, right? Boy, it's a wind out there. Jeez, I sure hope Jim is okay.
On a serious note, man, got to get this awareness out because it's a serious subject, man. A serious subject, and we're right here in the community. And I already know how the fangirls are and stuff. We've completely beat you to the punch. Emailed the sheriff's office, spoke with them. So that's completely useless. We know where to go. We know how to be safe. We know how to be lawful. And we're just spreading awareness in JLR's community about this domestic violence.
So they're in JLR's community, not at his house. They weren't at his house. Let's see here. Hold on.
So he contacted the sheriff's office.
Okay. Shoot. Let's go here. JLR was live. Seeing they were out there. Obviously someone, summons him and let him know that Whiteboy and Nerdy Addict were there. So we're going to go to X. This is Nerdy Addict here. JLR. This is what JLR said on his live, and he got off his live. You guys, this is crazy. Here, let's listen to his words here. Shoot, it doesn't have CCs here? Okay, whatever.
Tomorrow. And he's literally live streaming down the street from my house right now. And this guy's been stalking me for years, making numerous videos. So I might have to call the police and file a restraining order against. This is reasonably fear. This is some fear. This is some fear. I got this guy literally in front of my house right now. Seriously, I'm not playing. I got this guy. This stalker by the name of Matt Demaro. And this guy's been stalking me for like years. Literally makes videos and stalks me. And ooh, I'm gonna have to file police reports and file a restraining order against him. So we'll just keep this up just in case something happens to me, somebody busts in the house or whatever like that. But yeah, this is pretty crazy that this stalker is on me right now. Whoa, he's literally live streaming in my neighborhood, and he's specifically targeting me. Whoa. All right. So yeah, definitely police reports will be filed, and I'm definitely filing a protection order tomorrow against him for sure. Him right here. So yeah, this guy right here. So just in case something happens, so people have been putting, I had to look, and I'm like, what? The only thing you could do when it comes to these stalkers is just take legal action and let the police handle it. I might have to go contact the police right now and let them know, take appropriate measures. Right?
Okay.
Scary.
Now, I think but his people are thinking he's really in danger. Okay, he's not. I think he's being cocky. I think this here for Jonathan, this is just my opinion. This for him is a challenge. What's going on right now, this is a challenge for him. And I know he's liking this. That's what I think. We've been looking at his lawsuits. Okay, he gets off on this kind of stuff. He does. Even his girlfriend said. I think, because the things that Jonathan has done to missing children's parents and in other crimes, looking in people's windows and saying you killed where's your kid? You killed your kid, and all that kind of stuff. He's done some really icky stuff. I mean, he's went like to their home and shit. Okay, and then he's coming after Matt because Matt lives in Florida. But Matt was, I don't know how far away from his house. He was in the neighborhood with the sign, spreading awareness. I think JR likes this. I swear to God, that's how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel. Put it in the chat. I think he's liking it. I think he likes us. This is going to be a big challenge for him. And he's up for it.
Stuff. Scary stuff. So I think with that being said, I'm going to sign off and go handle things. But please pray for me. Please pray for my family. This guy here has been stalking me for years. This is the same one that's been calling my house. And he's literally by my house, and I'm reasonably in fear here. So you guys seeing it, documenting it, this stuff is crazy. This is crazy. So I'm calling the police, and I am filing a restraining order against this guy. So be safe out there, folks. God is with me. This is sometimes when you do your reporting, this is this type of stuff that
oh my
happens.
God.
So
you did not just say that.
Oof. Crazy. So should we end the live, or should we just keep going? Should we just end the live? I don't know. I'm in reasonably fear. So I'm going to sign off for now. I'll be back and take care of this and take legal action immediately. All right. We'll talk soon.
I can tell you right now, he is doing tons. He's already doing tons of documents. Yes, he should be bringing God into it. Okay? No, Patty, I'm present. I wasn't always nice. They weren't even close to him. So people were, asking what they're spreading awareness. Now, this is what's funny. They ahead of time contacted the sheriff's office. The sheriff says, no concerns, and thank you for the information. I'll pass it on. This is what they said to the police. Hello, I'm writing a courtesy notice to the Pasco Sheriff's Office, and I plan to be present in Pasco County on Saturday, March 28th, and Sunday, March 29th, holding signs and live streaming while answering regarding public allegations involving a YouTube creator with a large following, Jonathan Lee Riches. My intent is to gauge only in peaceful, lawfully activity in the public area. I do not intend to trespass, threaten anyone, block traffic, or interfere with law enforcement activity. I will be documenting my activity by live streaming for transparency and public accountability. I want to provide advance notice in the event your office receives calls about my presence, sign, or recording. If there are any public safety concerns or lawful restrictions I should be aware of for the area where I am present, I would appreciate the guidance. And this is what they said, no concerns. See? It's, you know what, you guys. Oh. Let's see. Here we go. This is him leaving.
Pray for him and his family, and he was calling 911. He said pray for him and his family, and he was calling 911. You don't got much to say right now, do you? Awfully quiet over there, Jim. No, I'm not stopping at the rest stop. We just stopped.
Oh my God.
He said pray.
Okay, so that's Dirty Addict. Here, I'll give you. Oh my God. Here's his, if you guys don't know who he is. It is a serious situation, and I'm glad they're bringing awareness to it, right? And let's see. It is a very touchy subject. It is very hard if you've been a victim. Let's see. Somebody comes to talk to him. Where?
Let him know that. All right. Oh, this is good. Magnolia. Where's JLR? Where is he? Tell them to Google his name. Oh, that's a good one. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I will. Next person I talk to. Thank you. Any other questions? Any other? Someone said for us to tell us for them to Google his name. What a good comment. Also, thank you for the super chat. I will. Next person I talk to, I absolutely will throw that in. Thank you. Justice for Magnolia. JLO, where's he at? Getting some horns.
Hold on.
All right. It looks like we got a woman walking towards us. As long as she's over 18, I will pull her over. If she's willing to talk, definitely is a woman. We can go ahead and conclude that this is one of his neighbors. She's coming. Don't know if you can see her on the sidewalk. Woman coming down. I'm gonna see if she'll talk.
Okay.
She's coming straight at us. I think it's a lady. Oh shit.
I do want to say, because I've seen people saying he's not supposed to be protesting in neighborhoods because of JLR and Betty had bullhorns at Gabby Petito and Brian's house. Well, that's in the neighborhood. They're like on a main road. Okay. So, and plus they got permission.
Did she go down? Oh, she's coming. Domestic violence awareness, sir. Thank you. Where's JLR? Domestic violence awareness. This is not okay. This is not okay.
I think he does talk to somebody somewhere in here. Oh no! What the hell? Look at you guys.
What the ex-girlfriend described him, and I think that Jim resembles him almost identically.
Oh, stop it!
And it, I really think that this.
You need to knock that shit off. Okay, he talks to somebody at some time.
Yeah. You can't miss us. Tell him to look for laying around. Justice for Magnolia.
Okay.
The guy said there's a lot of women who would like to hear this awareness. So.
Okay, that one is awful. So his link is in my description if you want to go watch his protest. Okay. Oh yeah, let's watch this real quick. This is when they found out JLR was calling the police. I think Whiteboy was all excited because, he's not afraid of the police because he was doing nothing wrong. It's going to be just quick because I want to be respectful to my friend. Hold on. Yes, good for them. Everybody that I was leaving comments thinking that JLR is in danger. No, he's not. Okay, here's Matt in the car afterwards.
this is like this weenie boy. This is beyond comical, and I have to jump on here and share with you guys real fast on the ride home. So when you guys come in here, I'm on the mobile. Obviously, I'm in the car. When you do it on your phone, like the chat is always late, and it shows like people joining the chat late. But I mean, oh my God, the aftermath of this has been very comical. So please, if you're in, if somebody leave a comment or something, and forgive me, but I can't pay too much attention to the chat, obviously. But I wanted to come on here and share some stuff with you guys. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This guy JLR and what he's. I mean, I don't even know where to start. It's all very comical. So apparently, somebody leave a comment. Okay, cool. Thank you. I see you guys. Hey. So guys, this has been oh my God. So this weenie boy, let me shut the air conditioner off. I don't want you guys to miss anything that I'm saying. So this weenie boy. So just so everybody's clear, right now you're viewing me on my phone, right? So I'm live right now on my phone, right? So I'm out there with Nerdy, and this weenie boy says that. Wait for it. He says, "I'm kicking his door." What? Wait, what? And then he says, "I'm calling the police and getting restraining order because I'm calling his phone and blowing it up." Dirt. If I'm live on my phone, how can I be making a phone call? And furthermore, I'll be happy to show any police officer my call log because I'm not calling you. I'm live. Like the utter lies. It's very interesting to see Jay.
Okay. Oh, let me see what he says here.
He doesn't like when people go and do a protest, but he's got no problem when it's everybody else in the world. I listened to Molly, and I listened to.
Okay. So go check out my friend Matt and what he did today. And let's get to the document. Let's get to the Gotti'S and a bunch of others. All right. So let's see. Oh boy. This is Jonathan Lee Riches versus Jason Bamgotti. No. Giambi. I don't know. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. So we got 22 case numbers here. Order dismissing, 22 civil actions, and we're going to read why. So we know, this is, a bunch of bullshit, okay? So let's see. They're frivolous. Let's get to it. Riches versus Jason. Plaintiff alleges that he went to a baseball game in which a defendant hit a home run. And he seeks to have defendant's team forfeit the game because the defendant was taking juice for boost. Oh my God. Okay. He makes numerous and baseless or incredible allegations against the defendant, including inter alia. The defendant is responsible for the 2004 tsunami, and the Bush administration FICA wiretapping program needs to monitor defendant's telephone. The defendant has provided over athletes with steroids and cheated at charity events. The plaintiff is offended hearing about defendant on steroid abuse. As an initial matter, defendant is a baseball player, a private individual. He does not act under color or state law. An essential element for this action. And it says Jonathan has failed to state claim for under relief. So we got Jonathan against the United Auto Workers Union. Plaintiff sues the union, UAW, as its president Ron Gettelfinger, alleging that they are in vast conspiracy to lower wages, and then they provide prison guards transportation to work to abuse plaintiff. He further alleges that Gettelfinger uses union dues to purchase party favors, and the UAW has illegal immigrants who plan on installing booms in Ford plants. Defendants are private individuals, private organization, as they do not act under the color of the state law. Okay, so that's not happening. Jonathan versus Hugo Chavez, the president of Venezuela. Oh my God, you're kidding me. Okay. Plaintiff alleges that the defendants are withholding oil from the United States, causing a rise in inflation. He further alleges that, is it Chavon or Chavon? Or Chavis or Chavin? I don't know. Chavez? I don't know. Has written letters to him in Russian confessing that Chavez came to South Carolina in the 1989 Hurricane Hugo. Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? And caused a great deal of damage. He also alleges that, oh my God, Chavez plans to use him as a slave and unalive him in Carcass? Hold on, someone's at my door, I think. Nope, okay. Chavez refused to eat at the Olive Garden restaurant. That Chavez is in secret negotiations to release French hostages from Colombia because John Kerry has a swift boat waiting offshore with Max Cleveland as Aurora and Nancy Pelosi allowed Chavez. Oh, I know. Isn't Chavez, wasn't he in Congress? Okay. To crash his ship into San Fran Bay. Okay. On the beginning of November 2007, the plaintiff alleges allegations are clearly baseless. Okay. Let me look at my comments. Anything good in here? Anything I should answer? Oh, God, he did some bad stuff. My ex-fiance and ex-wife put my name in custody papers, and I was mortified. Oh, no. All right, here we go. Where am I? All right, who's this person? Jonathan versus Carl. Carl Icon? Nelson Pleats? Tarak CO? Turton? I'm guessing. Fund Management, H.D. Hines, Cadbury Sweeps, BEA System. Oh God, they're all shareholders, engaged in business in the exile of evil government and terrorist organizations. Oh my God, I just can't bury motherfucking Woods. What up? Defendants are private individuals, okay? So, he didn't get away with that. Let's see. Riches versus Mattel, Inc. And its chief executive officer, Robert Eckert. He alleges that the defendants have major lead poisoning because he used to collect their toys. And it's their responsibility for convention. Hold on. I got to reread this shit. I get confused all the time. because he used to collect their toys, and that they are responsible for. No, hey, guys. Okay, the toys. What was it? Responsible for his conviction. Defendants are private. Okay, so okay, Mantel. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm over here just laughing with myself. Okay, Lewinsky versus JLR. Monica Lewinsky and Linda Tripp alleges that Lewinsky plans to turn for stop it the president of Iran, and that Tripp is head of President Bush's illegal wiretap program. He further alleges that defendant told prison officials to place him in solitary confinement, that Lewinsky is. Oh God, you gotta be. I didn't see this. Look it. There's a footnote here that I missed. Plaintiff names various toys as defendants: Barbie, Hot Wheels, and Matchbox. No, oh my God. See, I'm mad that we didn't get to see the complaint. Why did they do this? Okay, where are we? Lewinsky is sending him hate mail and harassing him, and that Tripp can't stand Jews, and he seeks $10 million in damages. Defendants are private individuals. Okay, there we go. Same old. I'm not going to read it. Riches versus, who is this? Pets? Michael Scott Pest, aka Fallen Angel. Jonathan alleges that the defendant and his co-defendant in criminal proceedings, and that the defendant used to be his friend. Plaintiff states that he seeks his friendship back. Stop it. Okay. He seeks friendship back from defendant. Defendant is a private individual. Oh my God, I can't. Okay. All right. Riches versus Gotti. Victoria Gotti, Irv Gotti, and Growing Up Gotti. Under Bivens versus 6 unknown named agents. Plaintiff seeks, John Gotti, John A. Gotti, Peter Gotti, Richard Gotti, all the Gotti's. He forgot Angela Gotti, though. Angela Gotti in here. Plaintiff seeks $73 million in damages and a restraining order against the defendants from using his name illegally for interstate commerce. He alleges that the defendants use his money to bet on sports, that they used his credit card at 2 restaurants, and they stole his suits. Bivens authorized a private right of action for allegations of constitutional violations made against the federal employee or agent. Oh no! Did he get in trouble? Oh, did he get in trouble for this? Okay. Riches versus Jones. Defendant Paula Corbin Jones. He seeks help from the Jones. He wants her to check on why his rights were violated. Plaintiff alleges that because he is friends with Bill Clinton, Jones will not help. Defendant is a private individual. As such, she does not act under the color of the state law. Okay, so we already know this. Okay. Riches versus E. coli. Oh my God. Okay. He seeks money damages and restraining order preventing the defendant from entering his stomach. Okay. Riches versus al-Bashir. The president of Sudan, Omar the president of Sudan. Okay? The Darfur region, the city of, God, I don't know. Okay. He alleges that the president plans to misplace plaintiff among, what is that? Jana Weed guards at the prison where plaintiff is incarcerated. He further alleges that he is suffering genocide and that he will be shipped to Sudan and attacked because he's Jewish. And the president is denying plaintiff stamps. And that the defendants are blasting cold Canadian air through the vents. Wow. And plaintiff alleges are clearly baseless, irrational. Okay, no good. Okay. So, Riches versus Jamar Jager, the New York Rangers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Washington Capitals. He alleges that the NHL stands for not having liberty. Oh my God. I can't. Okay. The defendant is taking slap shots at my head. Oh, stop it. Oh my God. Okay. The defendants placed me in a penalty box. Defendants, a professional hockey player, and 3 hockey teams are private individuals. Okay. Oh my God. Ford Motor Oil Company. 2 executives, Alan Maloney and Bill Ford, and Ford Mustang. The Ford is neglecting him, and the Ford is guilty of aiding and abetting because a lot of inmates use Ford vehicles to make crime. Okay. He alleges that the Ford employs numerous illegal immigrants. The Ford is bribing the federal government, and the Ford took away his stamps. Defendant, okay. So, of course, they dropped it. What does he say about Pat Tillman? Oh, no. Okay. He brings a claim against Pat Tillman and the Arizona Cardinals football team. Boy, this is sad. Why did he do that? That man died in action. Plaintiffs alleges that the United States Army promised to send Pat Tillman to rescue plaintiff from prison, but instead, Tillman went overseas. He further alleges that the Arizona Cardinals football team fly over me but do not rescue me. That Tillman continues to curse me, and that the Tillman family don't respond to my letters. I hope he didn't write them. I bet he did. Okay, so who is this? Defendant Susan and James McGoy? Miguel? McDougall? I don't know. He alleges defendants work at a savings and loan in Arkansas, and that he sent them a credit application for a loan. He alleges that the defendant stole his identity, which he used to obtain Kmart charge card in Washington State to purchase pots and pans at Home Depot. Oh my God. And to give loans to football coach. Okay. Riches versus Francis. All right. Girls Gone Wild. MARA Holding LLC. Mantura Films. He alleges Francis is in negotiations. Oh God. With prison officials to purchase surveillance tapes of plaintiff in order to create video called Prison Guys Gone Wild. He further alleges that Francis sold tape of the petitioner to a television station, who then put petitioner in new shoes. He also alleges that Francis is making sure I starve to death to be in top model shape. Oh my God. Okay. Here we go. Who's this? Gennaro? No, Gennaro? Lowe? Gennaro? Wilson and Warren Valentine and various RSOs. He alleges that he is personally offended that the defendant was released from custody. He moves for a restraining order for the defendant to stop his you-know-what behavior. Oh my God. Matthew Hill and Joan Humphrey Lequa. God, my reading sucks. He seeks a restraining order against defendants to prevent them from attempting to convert him to the Church of the Creator. He alleges that both defendants, a prisoner and a federal judge, want him to be part of the Jewish you-know-what. I gotta be careful because YouTube has not liked me today, by the way. He further alleges that the defendant planned to break into my cell and move me to Chicago to confront E.C. Bucking Gang and Black Jordan and Michigan Avenue on Michigan Tires. Holy crap. Holy crap. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so he's suing Allstate, BCS Championship, and Bowl Championship Series as defendants are a major conspiracy with the federal government to entertain America away from the truth and abuses in American prisons. He alleges that defendants are greedy and fail to financially help me on my appeal, and he seeks all revenue, including parking and programs, from the defendant's college football championship game. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Mike Huckabee, the former governor of Arkansas and current presidential candidate, and his wife, Janet. He seeks an order preventing defendants from campaigning and lobbying for his illegal incarceration. Okay, whatever. Crocker. So he's suing Crocker, MySpace, and YouTube. He alleges defendant Crocker keeps talking negative about me on his blogs and is instructing prison officials to subject plaintiffs to adverse conditions in the prison. Defendants are private. Okay, so he's suing Rodney King, Stacy Kuhn, Lauren Powell, and the LA Police Department and the LA riots. Plaintiff alleges that defendants are in conspiracy with officials at a federal prison in South Carolina to beat my constitutional rights right out of me. Oh my God. Oh my God. By providing adverse conditions at his prison. Oh, Jesus. Within the past 2 months, plaintiffs has sent to this court approximately 160 different civil complaints, setting forth similar, improbable, if not impossible, allegations, frivolous claims. Plaintiffs also has filed frivolous cases in other federal district courts, prompting a U.S. district judge to make the following findings. It is not clear whether these outlandish pleadings are products of actual mental illness or simply a hobby akin to short story writings, whatever their origin. Okay. And though they are amusing, they even agreed that they're amusing to the average reader. That'd be me. They do nothing more than clog the machinery of justice, interfering with court ability to address the needs of genuine aggrieved. It is time for them to stop. The court notes that Riches did not pay the filing fee in either of the cases cited here, rather that imposed sanctions. The court will simply require that he pay a fee with the future complaints. If this requirement fails, Riches from furthermore meritless filings, the court will impose stiffer requirements, sanctions until Riches finds another way to occupy his time. Oh my God. Footnote, including the cases addressed herein, approximately 90 of the plaintiff's cases have been filed and dismissed as frivolous. Plaintiff's remaining cases are currently in process of being filed. Okay. And a review of the complaints in such cases indicates that they set forth similar frivolous allegations and claims. Oh my God, we got more? All right. Simpson. Other district courts have required plaintiff, in light of his history of frivolous filings, to pay the full filing fee at the time he attempts to file any, that's why he hasn't done it, attempt to file any future civil complaints. Requiring Jonathan Lee Richards to pay the full filing fee at the time of filing any future complaint. Number 2, in light of the large number of frivolous complaints filed by plaintiff, the burden that he has placed on the court, the plaintiff continuation of such filings unaided, the court finds similar requirements should be imposed on the plaintiff. For the foregoing reasons, the court hereby follows. The action is dismissed as frivolous. Plaintiff Jonathan Lee Richards is restricted from filing any civil complaints in the court without payment, and the full fee is $350. The clerk is directed to refuse any civil complaints that is not accompanied with the fee. That's why he didn't do it no more. And that came from the U.S. judge, United States judge in California. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's just California, though. Hi, guys. How is everybody? Oh, my God. It was really hard to read all that. I know. I don't know. For years, I signed up for the Easter egg roll hunt at the White House. We finally got picked. It was expensive as hell, though. Awesome. Okay, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to go to Molly's channel. Link is in the description. Okay, here's his ex-girlfriends. This is part 2. Sharing some tea.
Worked out. I saw them. She was nice. Seasons 52. Let's meet here. Do you want to go to Walmart? I have these messages. I even have her number. Is she still alive?
Yes, I think so.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
He came from a really good family. He's just I don't know what's wrong with him. I mean, maybe it's because
I never knew.
He's never had a job. Don't listen to him when he says he has a job. He's never had a job. He didn't finish high school, which I'm not knocking him for that. But I think the reason he didn't finish high school was because he was getting into trouble then. And you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Well, in that interview, he had said that he started the AOL stuff and some of the fraud stuff when he was in high school, junior high age. It was that interview, that video that you sent to me. They were in that big paint shop or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So it sounded. That's what I assumed is that was, and then he was 21 when he went in. Was it 21 to 35? I thought he said. something like that.
Possibly. I know that he did time before. He did a lot of time. He's been in and out of prison and jail all of his life, which is very sad.
It is. It is.
And I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm not saying this because I hate him or whatever, because I really don't hate him. He has mental issues. I understand that. But I don't think he's done going to prison.
Really?
Oh, he's definitely going to end up back there because he's just doing so much fucked up stuff still.
It's going to his head. I mean, I said it last week. It's going to his head. And when you don't know and you are in the dark, listen, I don't Google every person I go out to lunch with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met him outside. Listen, thank you, sweets. Listen, I will not lie on him either. And I told you that, Cutsy. I told you that, Angela.
Right.
Listen, he's never made me feel uncomfortable. He's never been a dick to me. He hasn't been disrespectful. I don't fear him. And I think that's one of the reasons that he probably isn't very happy with me. But this is the thing. I was, like you, I believed in him. I tried with him. You gave him an opportunity, and so did I. Now, did I have sex with him? I didn't.
Me either. I'm not his type.
She's like, with the camera.
Love, trust me, you're not missing anything.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm totally fine with it.
Wait a second. Angela, I wanted to ask, but I wanted to keep it classy. You're telling me he doesn't give the biggest dick down in the entire world?
No, not at all. I mean, unless he's changed now. You have to remember, I got with him when he was right out of prison. So every time we have, I'm going to tell you something really fucking crazy about this guy.
That just means he's quick, Marissa, just because it's been so long.
He just got out of jail.
He was really quick. Like, I would say
out in society for a little while, and then you go get him. See, that's you gotta let him marinate.
I thought that after we were together for a little bit and he got in the routine of having sex, that he was able to last. But it was always the same for 2 fucking years. He would come so fast, guys. One time we were shopping and I said, we're going to get you some numbing spray.
No. Why is it that for days people kept calling him, go back to the chats, they were saying he's a 2-pump chump. I never heard that expression. I always called it a minute man.
You never heard that? Where you been? You been to London but you haven't heard 2-pump chump?
So long. I am so fucked out. I'm done. I'm so done. This guy, if he could have his way, I'd be bent over right now. I'd be hanging from the
if the phone rings, tell him we're busy.
No, seriously. Wow. Okay. So it's just, it was always like that, and you thought that it would get better, and it didn't.
I did. Yes.
Wow.
You know, I mean, come on, guys. I'm like, in your 40s, you're like, okay, sex is not the most important thing in a relationship. So I really,
I wasn't like that in my 40s. That's how I got my 5-year-old.
Good for you, girl.
Well, we're just having fun over here. Like I said, Angela and Courtney and Jane, we all said, like, this is not supposed to be a hit piece. This is not supposed to be an attack. It's, guess what? Ta-da! Jonathan's actually straight.
Okay, that's where it's a little bit questionable, okay? Because I have to tell you something, and he does seem to appear to love women. I think that's all a facade. He wants everybody. That's why he tries to get really cute girls. He wants to have them on the side while he makes YouTube videos and pictures and all of this stuff. But actually, in real life, Jonathan doesn't actually touch the pussy at all.
What?
He never touches it with his mouth, his fingers, nothing.
Shut up.
I swear to you.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Okay. Laugh, girl, but it's true. I swear on my life, I'm not lying to you. He will not, it's like he's shy. I don't know if maybe it's because he's in prison. He'll put a shirt over his face and the woman has to climb on top and do all
Have I been muted this whole time? Oh my God, I was talking. Nobody was saying nothing to me. You guys, front and center, please, please. Did you hear me? Did you guys hear me? Okay. We're going to back this up. Let's listen to what Angela says. It's shocking. It's shocking. Here we go.
Doesn't actually touch the pussy at all.
What?
He never touches it with his mouth, his fingers, nothing.
Shut up.
I swear to you.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Okay. Laugh, girl, but it's true. I swear on my life, I'm not lying to you. He will not, it's like he's shy. I don't know if maybe it's because he was in prison. He'll put a shirt over his face and the woman has to climb on top and do all the work. And then he comes in like less than 2 minutes and it's done. He doesn't ever touch the vagina with his fingers, his mouth, nothing.
Are you trying to give me a fucking heart attack right now?
Do you remember me telling you what I told you what my dad told me last night? That reminds me of that. Okay. And I'm not saying this is against you, Angela. It's okay. My dad told me one time,
right?
It was a joke. He's like, you want to know the difference between a pretty girl and an ugly girl?
What?
And I said, what? He's like, a paper bag. So
you did say that.
Well, so yeah.
You did.
And I don't mean because you are absolutely beautiful, Angela, but maybe.
Thank you, love. So are you.
And so is Jane. Jane.
I mean,
Jane,
he's got
there?
good taste in women.
Jane?
Why would you guys?
Can you hear us, Jane? I'm going to have to get her to just call on the phone.
Or look at the bottom, Jane. There's a microphone and a camera picture.
Do you see that?
Click the microphone and it'll unmute you. I'm dying right now.
I know.
Oh my God.
I had to smoke a cigarette, so I turned my camera off.
I'm going to.
I need one too. I'm going to pour a glass of wine also.
I'm definitely going to be sending a message right now and say he's going to kill me. If I'm dead in the next week, it's because of this.
Because I'm going to say that I did not expect this to go this way.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask her about the sex.
Well, I'm going to be honest, ladies. You asked me something, I'm going to tell you the truth, honestly. Just like I said, I wouldn't come in here. I'm not attacking him. I know he's got issues. I feel bad for him in some ways, and he never hit me, but I am telling you, he does have a really bad temper and he throws tantrums like a child.
Like how?
And he's threatened to physically do things to me, but he never actually went through with them. Probably because he knew I was going to beat that fucking ass, first of all. Secondly, he had a pending case going on at the time. And I told him, I said, when he did get in my face one time, I said, I'll call the police. And if I call the police, you have a pending case going on, you're definitely going to fucking prison. You don't want to fuck with me. So that calmed him down.
Jane? Oh, yes, we can hear you.
Yep. Yes. All right.
How are you?
I'm good. I was just like really struggling. I had to go through and like play with settings and do all this stuff.
We can totally hear you now. And I let them know that you're like, you got a house, you got a husband, you got kids, you got a good life, and that you wanted your identity safe. And you
okay, this is what I want to say in case people
So-
don't know. This is an ex-girlfriend. This is an ex-girlfriend. This is one of Molly's, like her whatever. Her sidekick. I don't know.
Angela's not there, and so is Courtney. Courtney is like she's like my share to Bono, Sonny Bono, and I'm just Sonny Bono, and she's the share. So we kind of.
I wish I was.
So Jane, you were with Jonathan before Angela, so that was after he got out of prison.
Yeah, it was like almost right after. Yeah.
How'd you meet him?
It was funny. He was actually in a halfway house, like out of prison, and he was online, and like I just thought he looked interesting and entertaining, and it's funny because people said that like he preyed on me, but I'm the one who approached him.
Really?
Yeah, I started just sending him messages, and like he didn't have all like the videos and everything as much as he does now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had like really weird pages going on, and a few of them were like of his ex Naomi.
Don't you think if you've seen his videos that you would not be interested? Because they're disturbing to me. I would be afraid.
What did you think of all that?
It was weird. Like I would confront him and be like, you are like still really obsessed with her, and he would just get mad.
Good night, Deborah. Thank you for being here.
Like have a fit like a little kid.
You look a lot like his two exes. Did you guys notice that you all kind of look alike?
Yeah,
you're thin, tiny, right?
I had 3 people say that I reminded them of Magnolia. Like
That's what I said. Yeah.
Like. Yeah. And I found out about like all that's happening now because an old friend reached out and they're like, I have to tell you something. And they were so apologetic to me. But I was like, well, I will say he never put his hands on me. It doesn't mean that he may not ever have. But he was still in his ways, like the narcissistic behaviors, and everything always had to be about him.
So right before you came in, Angela said that he threw tantrums.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that? And what would set him off?
Basically, like anything that wasn't what he wanted. Like if you didn't give him the attention he wanted, or you didn't like his idea, or if you were jealous because, like, because he's talking to all these girls, or yeah, he would create a lot of fake pages and log into them and like comment on his own stuff with these fake pages and like have whole conversations with them. But it was him on both pages.
Yes, he did do that a lot.
That's not good.
When I only had like 5 subscribers, like I thought about doing that. but I didn't. But I did think about it.
No.
But I thought that would take. But I'm lazy, and I was like,
no, see, he's got his own little world going on. Okay, he's got his own little world going on. He is making fake pages and having them talk to each other. Wow.
that would take way too much time. I mean, I don't know how much time I'm used to talking to myself.
I feel like I wish I had a bottle of tequila and just did a round of shots for everybody here and in the chat. Like,
man.
This is like
the girls' night out.
I mean, but Jane is saying that she was never hit by him. Did he ever threaten you, Jane?
He didn't know.
Oh, okay. How long were you together?
Maybe like a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
A
it was
year?
like, yeah, like 9 months to a year.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I would go on like his little outings with him, and he would get me like encouraging his troll behavior. Like he showed up to some Islams for Trump, like dressed up like in Muslim garb.
Wow.
Yeah, he would do things like that. Because this was before the 2016 election, because he was all about Trump, and yeah, he was doing like all the silly stuff. And if I didn't encourage it or go along with it, then it was like I didn't care. I was jealous of him, But I mean, I don't even know how to like get on Restream, so I'm clearly not about like trying to
Right.
get stuff
We
off.
get it. No, we get it. Because listen, Courtney was like, you have to vet the fuck out of these girls, and I'm like, no, like they're decent. And I go, and they're not like trying to go on any sort of attack or slander him. They're not coming up to say, oh, like he's gonna beat you or anything like that. Like we actually talked about that. So that's
we had a long discussion about
we had a nice discussion because, like I said, there will be no hit piece. There will be no hit piece. There will be no setup. Like it's almost like it's sad that something like this happened, but the good thing is that girl could have died.
Yeah.
That girl could have died. And I really think that if he didn't head back to that airport, that she was going to forgive him. I really feel.
He didn't go back to the airport. He left for Florida.
I agree with that because I think that what happened was the reason why I'm so sorry because I don't mean to talk over you.
No, go ahead.
I really think that the reason that she spent the entire night and she didn't call the police was because she was contemplating on whether she was going to call them or not.
I said that too.
Mm-hmm.
That and thinking about the repercussions that she does. This isn't me calling the cops on somebody in my private home.
Yes.
This is her calling the cops on somebody that is literally known internationally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to weigh it. She had to weigh it, and
I lost friends and had people go after me when I went through my thing, and that was just a couple people. I can't imagine having the entire internet deciding on your fate, basically. When it comes to something like this,
I waited till the next day after I heard the 911 call, and I was just like, wait. I mean, like I do listen. Like I listen like I'm a cop. I listen like I'm a lawyer. I listen like I'm a judge, and then I listen like I'm a jury. Like imagine being on the jury, and you want to be fair to him, and you want to be fair to her, and you're like, well, this is the evidence, and it all makes sense because you can hear in her voice where she goes, I don't even know if I'm calling the right place because she was stranded. She did not want to have the attention of the nose. Yeah.
Well, because when it happens over and over, it almost becomes normal to you, and I think, it's just embarrassing. She kind of downplayed it, but when you hear about what the police officer said, and I'm sure that with anything that's coming out, we know that there's people that are going to foil all this stuff.
Yeah.
If there's, especially with the RO, she had to prove injury.
Mm-hmm.
You have to prove that what you say in those documents is true. So I imagine she did hand in medical documentation. It was in the police report that she signed the waiver of HIPAA rights so that they could have access to those medical reports. So I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if Marissa told you or not, but I started out when I found all this out. I woke up that morning, I saw all the news about it, and I got up and was trying to disprove it because I thought that this was just smoke and mirrors because of the stuff that was happening with some other creators, and they wanted to, make it about someone else instead of them. But I am a fact finder, so I took everything that I saw people posting online, and I went right to the resource. I went right to that police department, that county, that state, and I looked and found the documents myself and read them and was like, oh my gosh, I was sick to my stomach because I did not know about all of the other stuff. I thought we were dealing with somebody that had just committed white collar crimes, and I thought, okay, you're in your 20s, you do something stupid to make some money, okay, he's turning a new leaf around. That's what he said, and this is not turning a new leaf. Well, it isn't. If he hasn't, it's a new avenue, but it's not a good one for sure.
Oh no, girl. He hasn't changed, and what he does behind the scenes is like really scary.
Like what?
He doxes people behind the scenes. He looks at their families. He'll use fake profiles to do all of this stuff.
Yes,
he's really bad. Oh, and the one thing I wanted to mention too is that when Jonathan committed that the money fraud, the wire fraud thing, he gave his parents $45,000 of that money, and then when he got caught, he turned in his own parents. He turned on them. Mm-hmm. And I know you've been doing your research, Cutsy. I could tell that you probably saw on the BOP website that they were both in federal prison for a little bit, and that's because he ratted on them.
Yeah, he kind of set them up, and then
Cutsy called me in the middle, not saying that. I don't even know if we should speak about this because it's too unbelievable. People are going to think we're lying.
Yeah.
No,
it's true.
I mean,
there's some things I don't think they should have talked about, but that's just my opinion. Because now people are going to look up his parents. People are going to try to reach out to his parents. I would have left that alone.
Have you ever met the parents, Jane?
I was just going to say his own mother warned me about him. She told me, she's like, you're so sweet, you're so nice. She's like, you're too good for him. He's bad news. And she warned me, and I didn't listen. Until I was like at my breaking point. I was like a pretty big alcoholic. I was drinking a lot, and I began.
Well, you have to be.
People found out like that I was like seeing him, and a lot of people didn't like it, and there may or may not have been some people from my family who began to harass him, and he like freaked out, and he told me I was an alcoholic and blah blah blah. And then like, you know what? I did get help after that, and I've been sober since. It's almost been 10 years.
Congratulations.
Like, that was like something good I got out of it, I guess you could
You
say.
said that. That was the first thing you said. You said, I'm grateful to him. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have been sober. He helped with my sobriety. That's one of the first things that you said.
And you know what's funny? I saw a page that he had created not long after I got out of rehab, and it was like he was poking fun at Alcoholics Anonymous, and it was like, I forget exactly what it was, but it was like a page poking fun at Alcoholics Anonymous. And I think it's because I had gotten sober, and this was right after, and it like really didn't bother me. But I'm like, he's so like
petty.
Yeah,
I was trying to sue Alcoholics Anonymous.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a story about suing Alcoholics Anonymous to tell you later privately. That just reminded me.
I didn't know that he tried to sue the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
I saw a Melly video last night that was sent to me by one of the mods. Sarah Adams found this video, and I played it very early this morning, and I was losing it. I was losing my shit over this video. And it was everybody that he was suing. I mean, how do you sue Christina Applegate? He sued Al Qaeda. He sued
Plymouth Rock.
There's so much more, and there's so much more. I mean, when it kept going, I mean, he went after Pop-Tarts. He went after.
Well, they're bad for you.
Fruit.
I mean, you know.
Thank you, Melly. That's the girl. That's the one. Holy crap! Her name is Melly, and she was reading it. She had glasses. Oh my God! I didn't. There's a mod in here. That's her. There's a mod in here, and she sent me this shit. Adrian was still in bed, and I'm like playing it, and Adrian goes, "This is the funniest shit I have ever heard." And I had it on 2.0, and she's just sitting there, and she's like, the things. Oh, he claimed that he was a model. He was a model. He was a model. Yes, he was a model.
Oh, me too.
Oh yeah, right.
All of us. We were. If he could be a model, we could all definitely model.
Yeah, sure.
And well, I mean, the things that were in this. I mean, he was going after everything you could possibly imagine, to a point where she was like, "What?" But then the more she went on, it got to a point where you knew that he was trolling and he was laughing while he was writing. Oh, he also claims that he can write up lawsuits while he's riding a bike, simultaneously riding a bike and writing a lawsuit. So I'm sitting there saying, you know what? From what I remember, Jonathan, he's laughing because he did that a lot. Like if he was entertained, he'd be like, did I ever see him lose it? Never. I never saw him lose it, like hysterically laughing. I've never seen him like that. I just always seen him like chuckle and giggle, and that's a lot because you know what it's like to be around me, right? I say shit, I do shit, and it's always funny. Like it's just natural for me. So people are usually like, well, sitting next to him for 10 hours driving the car, I was like this the whole time. Hello, and he'd go, yeah, and I'd be like, what are you doing? And he'd be like, I'm driving, Mom. And I'd be like, there was no.
Yeah, I could have been like that in the car. See,
maybe these girls know what I'm talking about. Like, it was so mute that I was like,
no kindness, he wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't stimulated at all. And the only time I got a reaction out of him was when he was like, Don, come on, Molly, get excited. And I go, I don't wanna. We're gonna see Don. We're gonna see Don, like that. And I'm like, no, we're not. And he's like, oh, today's the day, Molly. Come on, you gotta come on. And I was like, and guess what? That was the day that we had the meeting. Don Wells, Candace, me, when I was running in the orange with a nut and freaking out. He's not confrontational. Have you ever seen him get into arguments with other dudes?
No, I think he's scared of other dudes.
So there's that. So there's that. Hold on. Let me see if there's anything new going on. Oh, wow. Nerdy Addict is going to Nancy Guthrie's now. What? Is it him?
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my show. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, that's Brian. I was shocked. I'm like, why? No, doesn't Nerdy live out there? I don't know where he lives. Let's see what JLR's up to. Let's see if he's talking about what's going on. I'm told things are heating up in Tucson. Family of Nancy Guthrie in Arizona. A mystery. See, something must be going on because Brian Enton's going. Let's look what Brian has to say. Hold on a minute. Let's get there.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my show. I really, really appreciate it. Please click to subscribe. Today is day 50.
Okay, and then we'll go. I want to see what Brian has to say. No, they had it sped up. I tried to turn it down so it wasn't so fast. Ah, wrong one. Oh God, he's at the airport.
Show. I really, really appreciate it. Please click to subscribe. Today is day 57 in the search for Nancy Guthrie. I'm actually in the airport right now. I am on my way back to Arizona to look into a couple of new things involving the Nancy Guthrie case. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. It's actually busy in the airport, but the TSA lines, you always hear about how bad they are, but I got through really, really fast. So that was a relief. I got to the airport super early, but made it through quickly. In this episode, a couple of things. There was this deputy in Pima County who was arrested for kidnapping, actually, which it's a crazy story. I'm going to explain to you the circumstances in that. A lot of people are sort of thinking, could it be connected to the Nancy Guthrie case because it's a kidnapping charge? I don't think so. You'll hear why when I explain it in a second. Also, a couple of new things that Savannah Guthrie said in the Dateline episode over the weekend that I'm going to talk about. And I have my friend and retired FBI agent Steve Moore on to kind of go over some of these new things that Savannah said, and also some of what she said at the end of last week, just, the back doors being propped open, Nancy not having any shoes on and the pajamas. I wanted to get his take on a lot of those things. So I'm going to get into all of it in this episode of Brian Enton Investigates. Hey guys, so again, I'm in the airport, headed back to Arizona. Going to get to a couple of things here. First of all, that arrest that everybody's talking about, this deputy who was arrested in Pima County for kidnapping. Again, no indication it's connected to Nancy Guthrie at all, but just still interesting since it's a kidnapping charge.
Mr. Reynolds, this is the time for your initial appearance. You were here this morning on charges of kidnapping. That is a felony offense. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
So his name is 22-year-old Travis Reynolds. According to an interim complaint, Reynolds was transporting a female detainee to the Pima County Jail when he allegedly made inappropriate remarks about her appearance. He allegedly shared a vape pen with the handcuffed woman and told her that he could help her with her case, and allegedly suggested that they go to a hotel and have sex. Detectives allege that Reynolds also showed the woman explicit videos and delayed taking her to jail. And she said that she felt intimidated. This is what prosecutors said at the hearing.
This particular offense that is alleged is very, very concerning. Just given the occupation of the accused and the power dynamics between him and the victim, there's indications that this might have happened before. The victim would like to see he shouldn't be returning back to the jail or the incident location. No weapons, no contact. The victim in this case is very afraid of this defendant because of that power position that he had, of the power dynamics, and that he might retaliate against her.
So again, on the surface level, just from what I can tell, it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with the Nancy Guthrie case. But again, interesting as a kidnapping charge. Interesting that you've got a Pima County deputy who would do something like this allegedly. So I'll stay on top of it, but wanted to get you guys updated on that. Also, you guys remember there was the Savannah Guthrie interview at the end of last week on the Today Show. Well, there was also a Dateline episode this weekend where there was more of the interview that was aired, and I wanted to give you guys some of the highlights. She talked a lot about her sister Annie and her brother-in-law Tommaso, and how her mom Nancy wanted to remain independent. And one thing that was comforting is that Annie and Tommaso lived so close to Nancy that they were able to keep an eye on her and look after her. She said that no one took better care of my mom than my sister and brother-in-law, which I thought was really interesting. just because obviously there's been all these rumors and speculation about is a family member possibly involved. And it seems like she's really gone out of her way to defend, especially her brother-in-law, saying that no one took better care of Nancy than her sister and her brother-in-law, Tommaso. She also said that Annie, and she calls him Tommy, Tommaso Tommy, made it possible for Nancy to stay in the house that she loved because they were close to her. They let her have her space, but obviously they just lived like 10 minutes away. So it sounds like they were really the primary ones, just because they were so close, who kept an eye on Nancy. So that was the new stuff that I caught from the Dateline episode. Obviously, there was the stuff that Savannah said at the end of last week, that the back doors plural, were propped open when Annie and Tommaso arrived, that Nancy was taken in her pajamas with no shoes on, her phone and wallet and personal items were left behind. And I wanted to talk to retired FBI agent Steve Moore, a friend of mine, about some of these new revelations, what it means to him, what he thinks all of this means to the investigation, how coordinated was Savannah's interview with the FBI, could her interview and her going back to the Today Show impact the investigation maybe in a good way? So this is my conversation with Steve. Steve, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it, as always. I mean, this Savannah interview, it's just, I mean, the anguish that she is facing and has been, and the fact that it's now been almost 2 months, and her strength. I mean, I've got a lot of emotions coming out of it. But in terms of the investigation, there was some new information that came out, and I kind of want to go through a few of these items with you and get your take. The back door, and she said doors, actually plural, the back doors were propped open, she said, when her sister and brother-in-law arrived and Nancy was gone. What do you make of that?
I mean, that doesn't make sense to what I know. So what I know to be true, or at least alleged to be true from the investigation, because Nancy, there was some blood belonging to Nancy on the front porch. So what, in the front porch is where the camera was. If you could get into the back door, in and out of the back door, why would you even use the front? So there would be a lot of questions I would have. Number one, was there any indication of entry marks, breaking and entering, or whether was that door unlocked in the back? That would be important to know. The other thing is, how were the doors propped open? If they were propped open by a mechanism that exists on the door, then you got to ask, how did they know that? How did they know that in advance? If it was propped open by wedges or something like that they brought with them, say in a backpack, then you're saying this person has cased the house and knows they want to prop those doors open. If they propped them open with just one of Nancy's shoes or a chair or something like that, it would lead me to believe it was more of an impromptu decision. And that's, law enforcement is going to be trying to find out through every single bit of evidence they have, was this highly cased, highly prepared for, or were these a bunch of, fools who came in and thought that they could make $1 million and likely have ended up taking the life of an innocent person.
One thing that I thought about, just kind of visually seeing the house in my mind, is, we saw obviously the suspect go to the front door on the camera, and the camera got pulled. And we know there's a security gate on the front door. Could they have gone in through the back and that was the way in, and then taken her out the front, unlocked the front from the inside? And because you could pull you could pull a car right up to the front door there. That's where the driveway goes, which would kind of make sense if she's got these mobility issues. Savannah said she can't even walk to the mailbox most days. So maybe they got in through the back and took her out through the front.
Yeah, and I totally understand that concept and why that would seem to be a logical thing. Two things I would have to ask before I could come down with all my weight on the ice on that one is, number one, if they were bringing her out the front and they were both ambulatory themselves, why do they need two doors blocked open? Having doors blocked open means you're taking something out.
I don't know. I said way back that I think, which I know it don't make sense from the Nest video that we've seen, that somebody was already there. Let me speed this up. I wonder how many people are going to go back there now because Brian is going back.
Out of them, and you can't use your hands to keep the doors open, and it would be wider than, say, one person, so maybe two people carrying somebody out, things like that. So that would lead me to believe that the back door is how they took her out. However, there's blood on the front porch, and as far as could they have gotten in through that gated door, it would depend on two things. Number one, did she lock it? And a lot of people don't. The other thing would be, how is that gated door locked? Is there a key on the outside and a little switch type mechanism on the inside, or is there a key on the outside and the inside? Because if it was locked on the outside and the inside, they couldn't have gotten out that door unless they knew where the key was, unless Nancy gave it to them. So the problem is, for me, seeing blood on the front porch and the fact that, yeah, it probably would have been a lot easier to get the car right by the front door. Makes a lot of sense for the front door. A propped open back door flies in the face of that, really. I don't know what else you're trying to get out of there, unless they made it, they changed their mind in the middle of this, which is also an indication of amateurs. So I'm just not sure where this goes. If you could get in through the back door, why would you go anywhere where there was a camera? Yeah. I don't get that either. I mean, and your average burglar knows right away now that the first thing you're going to be dealing with is in most places is a ring camera at any place that has valuables enough to take.
And she said that her brother, who was a fighter pilot and also worked in intelligence, apparently was very quick to say, I think that she was kidnapped, even on the phone with Savannah, which I guess some have been critical of that, like, oh, how would he know that so soon? But that didn't really surprise me, actually. I mean, if you're getting the call that the back doors are propped open, there's blood on the front porch, your mom, who can't even walk to the mailbox, has disappeared, I would probably think the same thing.
I would too. I mean, what you have to come down to is you have to eliminate very quickly any other motive. I mean, does she have money? No, Nancy does. Savannah does. Has she made anybody angry? Not bloody likely. It comes all the way down. You step down for all possible motives, and there's only one or two left. And one of them, sexual assault or something you don't even want to talk about, and kidnapping. Would not even come into the equation unless there was somebody in her family, in Nancy's family, who was well known and perceived, at least, as very wealthy.
Which that would be Savannah. I mean, and like she said in the interview, she's coming to terms with that, which was kind of one of the more emotional parts. Yeah, I mean, you can imagine the guilt she's feeling, which is
I can only imagine it. I've never been through that. I hope I never do.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. She also said that she was taken in her pajamas with no shoes on. I guess I wondered how she would know that, but it would make sense, I guess, if she's older and wears probably the same couple of pairs of shoes, and the sister Annie helps take care of her, you would know what shoes she wears, and the shoes are there. But what did that say to you?
That they had inventoried her clothes and her slippers and things like that as well as they could. And I know from taking care of my elderly parents, at a point you start to know what they're going to be wearing, because though they might have a large closet of clothes that they used to wear, once they become less mobile, they tend to get in the same type of clothing every day and not change comfortable shoes and things like that. So my guess is that there was probably a pair of slippers visible, possibly by the door, or they actually have a footprint of some type of Nancy's. But I'm just speculating as to how they would get it. I'm not trying to infer that that's how they did find it.
In your mind, when you envision this all going down with the information we have, why wouldn't they let her put on her slippers? Whoever did this.
Same reason they wouldn't let her put on her or get her medicine. And that's still something I cannot come up with. I mean, if you're going to kidnap somebody, you have to have them alive. I mean, why would you kidnap somebody and not take care of their physical needs? It could be that she was non-ambulatory at that point, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And if that were the case, they wouldn't necessarily want to put slippers on somebody they were carrying. What would be the point? But then you got to think, where are you taking her? And so it chills me, the fact that they're taking her out of the house and not making any efforts towards her long-term comfort or survival.
Or maybe she had these heart issues. You get woken in the middle of the night like that. maybe she had a heart attack and this, this whole plan went awry.
I thought about that, but then I also thought that we might find some indications of that on her pacemaker.
Yeah, that's a good point. If that happened still right there in the house and it was still connected to the iWatch or the phone.
Because I think that thing would start hitting hard if she had a heart attack of some type.
Yeah, that's
but again, I'm not a cardiologist.
Savannah also said that her phone, purse, personal items were left behind. I guess that plays into what we're talking about. I mean, if she was taken, why would they give her an opportunity to take her phone?
Right. Even if they were going to take her and keep her alive and safe and comfortable, they wouldn't take her phone.
Yeah. The one thing that really surprised me in the interview with Savannah, because a lot of these things I had either heard or kind of expected. I had heard some things about the back door. But the one thing that I was surprised by was that she said that she believes 2 of the ransom notes are legit. Because I was just starting to think that all of those ransom notes were just phony people just trying to get, and I think some of them obviously were. But what do you make of that? That, she believes 2 of them are real.
I think if the FBI was telling her that they didn't believe they were real, she wouldn't believe they were real. Nancy Guthrie is a very intelligent woman, and she is obviously smart enough to take the advice or trust the people in law enforcement who are experts in this. So my guess is that that's something she was told. And this whole ransom note thing has worked as hard as it's been on poor Savannah and her sister and brother and the family. It's been crippling for the kidnappers, because if you say that or if it comes out in public that you are sending your ransom letters or ransom notes communications to a very specific organization, say TMZ or the local network affiliate or something like that, then everybody gets that address. If the kidnappers can get that address, you can get that address, and you could probably get it in a 5-minute Google search. If they had somehow obtained the email addresses or communication addresses of anyone in that family, Nancy or her sister or her brother, then they can say it was sent to Nancy, but nobody would know where to send false ones. Right. And so I think the kidnappers made their kidnap notes actually questionable, because they made it that in a way that other people could just pile on and look like theirs. Plus, information was released on the kidnapping notes or the ransom notes that they could mimic.
Yeah, and I was thinking back to what I remember reporting about these notes and learning about them, and we were told there was information in a couple of them that only the kidnapper would know, the location of certain things in Nancy's house. So that may be a reason that Savannah is saying that she thought it was legit. But also, do you remember in that one social media post, Savannah said, "We received your note, and this is like a follow-up post, and we understand." And I've just wondered if they communicated that Nancy was no longer with us.
That would be kind of unusual and really kind of macabre, but it wouldn't be out of the question. Obviously, whoever sent that, and if it maybe we'll just, for the sake of argument, say it was the kidnapper, they have not been able to prove life. And there's probably a very hard reason for that. And so they made a statement in the second email that they wanted the Guthrie's and the FBI to understand completely. And so much so that Nancy and the FBI felt the need to say, I'm sorry, Savannah and the FBI felt the need to say, we understand what you're saying. And then she starts, Savannah starts talking about closure. And that to me does not sound like somebody who is still having hopes of getting her back. And I go back to the high school girl from Georgia who was killed in Aruba,
Natalie Holloway.
Natalie Holloway and Joran van der Sloot. Yeah. He at first he said, give me some money and I'll help you. And now they wouldn't do that. And then later on, he said, if you pay me money, I will lead you to her body. So at that point, maybe they changed the negotiating point to, we will show you where to find her. Again, this is just speculation. This is what I'm doing, looking in, and I am in no way, shape, or form trying to say this is what the FBI is dealing with. But these are things that would lead me to believe that that's what the FBI might have been dealing with.
Are you surprised the FBI wasn't able to trace? I mean, we know that these notes went to at least the local TV stations, and they weren't direct emails. They went through like a contact us form, from what I was told. But are you surprised that I guess I still would have thought the FBI would have had some way to track the person down through the note?
Yeah, I'm surprised, but even in the few years since I've left the FBI, technology has just raced forward. And so I may be having a little bit of the 24 syndrome, believing that Kiefer Sutherland has this thing where he can just click it and people's faces come up. When I was in, I remember there were some really specific limitations, at least at some points in my career. For instance, if you got a phone call into a trunk line, say, I think this was in the late 90s, we got a call, a threat through a trunk line where they can just send it off to different extensions and things like that. There was no way we could trace that phone call off of that trunk line just because of the way it was configured. And so there may be electronic and technical digital things that prevent the FBI from getting information.
Makes sense. What do you think it means that Savannah did this interview? And I guess what I'm getting at is, I was thinking to myself, if the FBI was really hot on the trail of someone, would they have advised her not to do this? Like, please just continue to be quiet. We're almost there. I mean, do you think this is an indication that the investigation is not progressing right now, or could it mean the opposite? I mean, what do you think?
I mean, it could mean that. I'm not sure it is. From my time in the FBI, I just know cases like this were never put down. I mean, one of the hard things are when you're an agent working these things is forcing yourself to go home and go to sleep. And you wake up in the middle of the night saying, what am I doing here? I better get back to work. And the agents tend not to let go of this, especially when they become close to the family and they're frustrated by not being able to find it. It becomes like Moby Dick to Captain Ahab. It becomes an obsession for them. And so I don't for 1 minute believe that even if they've reduced the number of agents assigned to the case, that they are expending any less efforts on it. So what I would suggest is that Savannah realizes that she has to resume her normal life. And she just can't appear one day on the Today Show and say, I'm back. There has to be some closure, not closure, but at least some type of agreement on where she is, that she is still in a hard place, nothing's resolved, but I have to go on with life. And I think that was a way of saying, I'm going to resume my life one of these days soon, and you're part of that life. You deserve to know where I am, to all the people who follow her. And I believe that probably the FBI, anytime Savannah would say anything to the press, the FBI probably sees it as an opportunity to send messages to potential kidnappers, and they may have had a part in that. I'd be surprised if they didn't, but they're certainly not going to tell Savannah to say the FBI is doing a good job or the sheriffs are doing a good job and all this. That's not what they're there for. They are there simply to say, appeal to somebody. There is the kidnappers may not have or the people takers may not have a conscience at all. They may just be incredibly evil people, but somewhere, somebody down the line that knows them does. And eventually that may be where the break in this case comes.
Do you think the interview, I mean, we're all hopeful that it will make a difference, but I'm just thinking the $1 million reward has been out there for a while. Does her speaking this way, do you think it could actually persuade someone?
Yeah, I think there's a possibility. At this point, early on in the case, you say that's a low probability. At this point, you'd say any probability is worth doing. You don't go for the best shot, you go for the only shots you have. And so I think that's where we are with this one. And I think it could, as much as this is, follow me on this, but as much as this is wearing Savannah and her family down terribly, you saw that she is not giving up. She is not surrendering. Even if she gets no closure on this, she is not surrendering herself to the kidnapper. She is not taking away her own kid's mother just because of what they did. She is strong. She is continuing. These are in the worst times of her life, you are seeing the best of her coming out. That's,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think, the best thing you can say about somebody. The type of people who take people like Nancy, when things get tough, they get worse. They are cowards from the beginning, and sooner or later, something's going to break. And people who are watching this, who have a suspicion even that, this, geez, it sounds like this thing over here. Sooner or later, somebody's going to do it. And I think the fact that they haven't done it for money means that the best chance to get them would to be decency.
Do you think when she gets, so she said she's going to go back on April 6th to the Today Show. So she'll be on it, every morning, I guess, like she was before. And she becomes a part of so many Americans' lives again. And we see her every day. Could that impact the investigation? I mean, could whoever do this try to reach out to her again because suddenly she's back in, the limelight again on TV every day? Like, do you see that component impacting things?
Yeah, it could be. And right now, I believe probably that the FBI has at least a tentative profile on the person who did this. And so they will have an idea whether this person says, I screwed it up, nothing happened, I'm going to walk away, go back to my life and try to live the rest of my life and never have a speeding ticket. Or if the person's, wait a minute, you can't brush me aside like that. You can't ignore me. You can't go back to your life. I am in charge of you. This is me controlling you. And if that's the kind of person that they believe this thing is that took Nancy, then yeah, it could cause them to act out a little bit. It's all going to depend on the unknown. What kind of person did this?
Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering, like, what's the next chapter in all of this? Is there, because it's already such a bizarre case with so many strange twists and turns. And I just think back to when we got the video for the first time from the front doorbell camera. It was just this, like, this is a horror movie moment.
Yes.
Does this all go quiet now, or is there going to be another really dramatic turn? That's kind of what I've been wondering about.
I think it's going to be a little bit like the search for the missing Malaysia airliner. What was that, 470 or 370?
Yeah, I think 370. Yeah, MH370.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see is for the next year or so, a full-time effort on this case. You're going to have, instead, most agents have 5 to 10 cases. Some have 20 cases assigned to them, depending on what they investigate. I would say that you are going to have this case assigned to one or two people who do nothing but this for the next year or two of their career. And so that is a significant, and by the way, that's the minimum. I'm not saying that more won't be. I'm just saying that the FBI is not going to give this to somebody and say, this is one of your 5 cases. They're going to say, no, this is your job right now. And that will continue at full pace as long as incoming evidence and leads justify that. If it goes completely cold and nothing's come in for a year and you can't make heads or tails of it, they'll probably switch it to a different agent or two and try to see if they can work it. And then what's going to happen is it's going to be possibly semi-dormant. But I think you're talking years down the road. And every time a new piece of information comes in, like Malaysia 370, they're gonna send the boats out back looking for the wreckage. In the same way, every time a piece of information comes in that they didn't have before, they're going to compare that to every bit of information they have already. And it's going to be a pretty big spin up each time one of those things happen, but they're not letting it go.
Do you think what she did release that was new, the back door, the no shoes, the pajamas, are those things you think that the FBI cleared? Or do you think, I've also wondered, do you think she thought, what, guys, I gave you 2 months and I'm going to do the interview and talk about what I want to talk about now?
Yeah, and that's possible. One thing I've seen that I believe I've seen with Savannah and her family is the willingness to work closely with the FBI. And we've seen families who are terribly aggrieved because of loss not work well with law enforcement, and that doesn't help them. So I've thought that Nancy, that Savannah has really worked well with law enforcement. And I don't picture her as somebody who would at some point say, I've given you your shot, I'm the investigator now. So if she did mention things that were new, like the propped open back doors and things like that, I believe she probably ran it by the FBI, and they may have even offered suggestions about what she might do. The interview itself, I think, was important because we live in kind of a heartless world as far as viewers and audiences are concerned. they will, if she doesn't cry on camera, they'll think that she's stone cold or that she knows something. And if she cries too much, she'll get criticized for that. There is no winning. You can't win the internet because there's too many horrible people on the internet. And so I think the interview, I think they did as well as they possibly could and let the chips fall, simply because they were going to be damned if they did and if they didn't.
As always, I really appreciate Steve for taking the time to talk with me. His insight's always so valuable. I appreciate you guys for watching. Again, I'm about to board my flight here soon, but I'll keep you guys posted with anything new that I do.
All right. Boy, my mouse is not working. That don't make me happy at all, because I don't like the mouse on a laptop. So there you go. There's that. All right. I'm going to be done with this live. If anything pops off, I'll be back. We'll see what's going to happen with JLR and Matt, Whiteboy, Lockdown Radio. Because I said, and this is what I think JLR, he's like, yes. I think he's excited about this. I bet you anything. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Welcome to Kids True Crime. Pulling up, hit and go. It's showtime. Hey, hey. Chat squad rolling in line. Best crew on the screen, that's the headline. We pull up to the scene, Mr. calling out each detail. Real clean, Patty said, judging the fee. Running double dropping theories at top speed. Caroline Cooper in caps lock. Rachel from Mars with the straight talk. Angel in the back with the side eye. We ride or die in the live, let the time fly. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got push people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-liner, fill up from behind. Best community on this whole site. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight. Get a little copy, that's what we're here for. Bad ass fight, yeah. Up, push and score. Bad ass fight, yeah. 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 Like this fight, yeah. Melissa in the bushes on patrol, putting out the fires when the rumors roll. Flames toddler in the back, all jokes. Inside last of the day once folk. Feel the chatter climbing up the chat wall. Names flying fast, can't catch them all. From the first bell ring to the last word said. We beans, tease, spaces till it's time for bed. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got push people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-line, fall from behind. Best community on this whole site. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight. Get a little pocket, that's what we're here for. Like, that's life, yeah. I'm a blast with boy. Like, that's life, yeah. 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 Like, life, yeah. Drop a heart in the chat for the day ones. Drop a flame for the late night reruns. If you know, then you know that's the code word. Kit says what she thinks, every quote heard. We stay loud, stay proud when the stream's on. Same fan, same clan when the cam's gone. One click, one link, and we're back at the door to the badass softcore lore. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got push people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-line, fall but behind. Best community on this whole side. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight.